This is my personal story of how Jesus healed the blind man. Hi, my name is Pistevos. My journey started about 10 years of age. I started smoking from a few a day to 40, 50 a day. Then I got onto substance abuse. Slowly I got into alcohol, late nights, unhealthy eating, and that's where all my trouble started. So after 43 years of smoking, I decided I wanted to get healthier. I wasn't enjoying the smoking. It wasn't tasting well. So I said, that's it, never again am I going to smoke. Well, a week later, I'm diagnosed with heart failure. So the funny thing is that everyone around me could see it. People were telling me that I looked yellow. One day my shorts were tight. The next day my shorts were around my ankles. Couldn't understand what was happening. So everyone could see that there was something wrong except for me, until that day I went to see a GP who told me, you definitely have heart failure. I said, you have not even seen my x-rays. He goes, I know what it is. He had a look at my x-rays, and next thing you know, I'm in Concord Hospital. So I was laying in bed at Concord Hospital. Professor came in, said to me, you definitely need a heart transplant. Your heart's working between 13 and 15%. I think it was the left ventricle is the major one, if it's not pumping properly. I thought about it. It was a big operation. I know that it was risky. And then he recommended that I go and see that Professor Peter McDonald, which I did see. He also recommended that I put my name down for a heart transplant. For me, it was at 50 odd years old, I thought it's a big operation. It's a dangerous operation because the heart can also be rejected from the body a year, 5 years down the track. And the biggest reason I didn't get the heart transplant was that waiting room of the children. It takes a long time to get a heart transplant, or to get a heart, because they're not available all the time, even though they do a new procedure, dead heart. I went back into the waiting room and there was children there between the ages of 1 and 10, 12, and I'm thinking, these children have done nothing wrong. They're young, they've never sinned. I'm old. Do I deserve a second chance? And I thought, with all the things that I'd done in my life, I would leave it up to God. I didn't deserve a second chance from a doctor, and I just didn't want to take away from a young child who's got the rest of his life to live. So there and then I decided I'll leave it up to God, and we left it at that. I was told I should have put my name down. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. But prior to that, he said, well, we'll do a defibrillator. You'll probably need to have a defibrillator as a backup. While I was at in his office, he gets a phone call, and he said to me the defibrillator could take anything up to 3 months to get into the hospital to get one. And yeah, while I was at his practice, he gets a phone call and takes the call, hangs up, and he says to me, you're in luck. The person that was due to get a defibrillator next week passed away due to age, not to cause of heart failure. He goes to me, you should be available next week for the operation. I said, yes, I am. And I think that was another thing of God's miracle while I was there, to get that backup just in case anything went wrong. He told me, even with the defibrillator, you still need a heart transplant. Well, I got the defibrillator. I've had it now for 9 years. Usually they last 5. Obviously it's not going off, so that's a good sign. He had told me that in that 18 months, I won't be able to walk, talk, probably run out of breath every couple of seconds. Well, let's fast forward 8, 9 years. I now walk roughly 30,000 steps a day. I talk quite a bit, non-stop. I swim, I run, I work, I eat well. I function as if nothing is wrong with me, and I put that all down to God, because the medication hasn't changed, so that wasn't doing anything in the first 6 to 12 months. All I can put it down to is God's will, and I thank God that I'm still here. So it's been a decade since my heart failure was diagnosed. I've outlived expectations of both of the professors. My life now revolves around God. I met my wife, who steered me towards God, even closer to God. Our second date was actually Every Nation Sydney City Church. Don't miss a Sunday. Done my victory weekend, which was brilliant. Got re-baptised, which was one of the best moments of my life. So now my life with my wife is to serve God and to live a life that God wants us to live.